Welcome back to another OVR weekly shooting drill. This week we're back to an intermediate. This one's a purple level. This is called a Tri 10. This is actually a drill. You can probably do it just about any range. The big question honestly is going to be the speed that you're shooting. Most ranges have rules on how fast you can shoot. And in this one you can still probably get away with doing this at pretty much every range. The target itself doesn't matter. It's any target. And it could be just a standard circle target. We're using a silhouette for this, but again, you can use whatever you want. So it's called a Tri 10, and the object of it is you're taking 10 shots in 10 seconds. But here's the kicker. Your first 4 shots, you're taking standard with both hands. Once you've taken those 4 shots, you're going to switch to your strong hand, take 3 shots, transition to your weak hand, and take 3 shots. And so this is going to teach you to be able to transition from both hands to one, either your strong or your weak, and it's going to teach you to shoot one-handed. You can make this even more complicated by drawing from a holster. Of course, if you do that, you're not going to be able to do it at a standard range. But there's different ways that we can actually make this more complicated if we need to, but realistically, we don't need to. This is a pretty good drill just by itself. All right, so let's take a really good look at my Tri 10. So for starters, grouping wise, it's not horrible for the time that I'm doing. Obviously being Tri 10, you want to do this in 10 seconds. In this case, I did it in 7.33. My first shot was at 1.3. My first 4, doing both hands, I got those off pretty quickly at about 0.2 seconds between. But then you can see it took me about just slightly over a second, at 1.18, to transition from both hands to just my strong hand. On my strong hand, I was about a half a second split, 0.45, 0.46. Switching to my weak hand, it took me almost 2 full seconds, 1.98, to switch to my weak hand and then fire on my weak hand. And then my split was the same, it was about a half a second on the splits. Now, if I look at my 8th, 9th, and 10th shots, those are my left hand only shots. Run into the same problem I was running into some of my other drills as I'm starting to work with just my left hand, is I'm really pushing that to the right side. And again, I have to really work hard on trying to figure this out, on why I keep pushing. Because normally you would expect a trigger jerk and to pull the shot. I'm pushing it now. So I'm going to take a good look at my own technique and see if I can make that a little bit better. But that's where OVR comes in. OVR allows us to actually look at every single aspect of the shooting, every single shot, and really evaluate where you're going wrong. And if you're rushing the shots, if you're really jerking at, say, the first shot to get it off super quick and missing, or where are you actually faltering. And so again, this allows us to look at that. On a standard range, if you were to do this on a range, you're just going to see 10 shots. You're not going to have a clue which was your first or your 10th shot. You're not going to know which were your right hand, which were your left hand. And so it's going to be very difficult at a standard range to evaluate your shooting. Again, here we can do that with you. We'll sit down, we'll pull each individual shot up, we'll go over it, and then we'll try and figure out where that fault is for you, and we'll fix it, and we'll make it better. So go ahead and get yourself some time booked here at OVR. Get in here, take a few shots, learn where your faults are, where your weaknesses are. Let's improve those. Let's make you a much better, safer, more accurate shooter.